Christmas, the most wonderful time of the year, full of traditions such as drinking hot cocoa with the tiny little marshmallows, having a snowball fight, stealing some idea from a random influencer that you won't ever do again, driving around to look at Christmas lights, watching Iron Man 3. Oh, sorry, did you say something? Did you say that one of these traditions isn't a normal Christmas tradition? Oh, come on, you mean to say that your mom doesn't try and shake things up every year and make a brand new tradition she saw some influencers do on TikTok? Oh, you weren't talking about that one? Which one were you talking about? Watching Iron Man 3? You mean you don't watch the most iconic Christmas movie of all time? Oh, I get it. You must be stuck on Home Alone or Elf still. Okay, enough joking around. Obviously, I know when most people think of Christmas, they don't include anything from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Interestingly enough, Iron Man 3 is not the only MCU project that is set during Christmas. So I'm going to talk to you about each project here, and then rate them each on a brand new scientific scale that I invented, the Christmassiness scale. The Christmassiness scale is a scale designed to determine through rigorous examination and my expert opinion, how Christmassy a movie is. And we are going to apply this scale to every MCU project that has to do with Christmas. I'm not rating these projects based on the quality, I'm rating them strictly on how Christmassy each project is. Okay, enough yapping about the rules of the video. Now let's yap about two of my favorite things, the MCU and Christmas. I imagine, unless you are like me, obsessed with everything in the MCU, that you don't consider Spider-Man No Way Home to be a Christmas-themed project. Honestly, I don't really consider it a Christmas-themed project either. However, it does feature a little bit of Christmas, so I thought it at least deserved some points on the Christmassiness scale. No Way Home is obviously a fan-favorite MCU movie for its nostalgic character moments with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and their villains. All this being said, for the Christmassiness scale, all that stuff doesn't help much. Towards the beginning of the movie in the cafe MJ works in, there are Halloween decorations up. And then at the end of the movie, after everyone forgets about Peter, we see Christmas decorations in the same cafe. And then in the final shots of Peter and his new suit he made for himself, he's running and swinging through a snowy New York. With this information input into the Christmassiness scale, Spider-Man No Way Home gets a measly 3 terrifying Buddy the Elf Christmas decorations.
Oh my God! Santa here? I know him.
Out of 10. A very solid MCU entry, but not quite Christmassy enough for the Christmassiness scale. It does seem like a big jump to go from the movie that has just a few Christmas decorations and some snow to the movie that literally has Tony throwing Christmas ornament bombs. Christmas is referenced several times throughout Iron Man 3 and is a very obvious backdrop to the story. I remember seeing this movie in 2013 with my dad and younger brother in May, and I was a little thrown off with how much Christmas was involved in the story. Christmas doesn't negatively affect the film though. I would say it is actually a very welcome addition to the movie that definitely helps it feel unique amongst that first slate of MCU movies. Iron Man 3 is notoriously put on the lower ends of people's MCU rankings because mostly of that awful Mandarin twist, which is pretty frustrating because otherwise the movie is really good and stands on its own just as a movie even away from the rest of the MCU. I'm not rating this movie based on its terrible twists though. I'm rating it on the very scientific Christmassiness scale, with Christmas being the prominent backdrop but not really ingrained into the story. I give Iron Man 3 8 Maids of Milken out of 10. Christmas is very much used throughout the movie. However, other projects on this list are real Christmas specials, shows, and episodes, so I have to put them above this one. But I don't think I could rightfully give it anything less than an 8 because Christmas is still featured so prominently throughout the movie. Hawkeye is not only one of the better Disney Plus series, but it's also one of the most Christmassy MCU projects. Hawkeye is about Clint facing his past as Ronin and trying to get home to his family for Christmas. I think Hawkeye might be my second favorite MCU series, only behind Loki, and the inclusion of Christmas is definitely a factor in my enjoyment of the show. Christmas in New York is such an iconic setting for any movie or show, and it's great when it's juxtaposed with the gritty street-level action story. Christmas definitely takes up more of the story story in Hawkeye than in Iron Man 3, in that a big part of the story is Clint trying to get everything resolved so he can make it home to his family for Christmas, with this series taking place over the days leading up to Christmas. The fact that Hawkeye has more runtime, so there is more Christmas, and it takes place in New York, and it also has the element of trying to get home to the family for Christmas, I think this all gives Hawkeye the edge over Iron Man 3. On the Christmassiness scale, I have to give Hawkeye 8.5 dads getting out the trash bag to throw away all the wrapping paper out of 10. This very overtly Christmas episode of What If is just that, overtly Christmassy. The episode is happening during the Avengers annual holiday party when Justin Hammer decides to try and take over Avengers Tower, and with all the Avengers incapacitated, Happy Hogan has to fend them off, leading Happy to turn into his own purple version of the Hulk in the process. This is a very fun Die Hard inspired Christmas episode of a show that is filled with other fun ideas. I think What If Happy Hogan Saved Christmas is a very quality Christmas episode where Christmas is very overtly featured and takes lots of inspiration from the Christmas movie Die Hard, but it's missing an overt Christmas message that the next project has. With that, I think What If Happy Hogan Saved Christmas gets 9 slightly chilly Southwest United States Christmas that makes me miss the bitter cold snowy Christmases I had in Idaho, but not really because it's convenient to go outside with just a hoodie and pants instead of a big coat. Out of 10. If you have not checked out this episode of What If, I highly recommend checking it out this holiday season if you're looking for something to turn on. It has great Christmas vibes with fun action and great moments with the Avengers, Happy Hogan, and Justin Hammer. The Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special is just straight up an authentic Christmas story. Not only is Christmas the backdrop of the story, but it is also the focal point, with Mantis and Drax going to Earth to get Kevin Bacon as a Christmas present for Peter, and it also explores Peter's past and how Christmas has impacted him over the years. The special is a really fun time with great moments throughout. Even though it is just a special, it has the same polish any MCU project would have, and is definitely worth checking out. There's also some great context for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 that you might have missed if you didn't check out the special before you watched that movie. There's also an original Christmas song performed by the Old 97 in the short. Overall, this is a Christmas special through and through, and there is no competition for the most Christmassy MCU project. I highly suggest you check this out this Christmas season. When we apply the Christmassiness scale to the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, it gets 10 reindeer bullying Rudolph out of 10. The MCU being such a big part of pop culture, it seems pretty obvious for Christmas to have its footprint in the franchise. I hope this video encapsulated Christmas's impact into the MCU well, and that you are able to get something from this video. This was a really fun one to research and really got me into the Christmas spirit, and sent me through several different eras of the MCU as well. I hope you had just as much fun as I did, and if you did, make sure you subscribe for more videos like this. If this is your first video, be sure to check out my last video where I talked about the Pete's Dragon remake from 2016, and stay tuned for my next video. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.